Part 2, Adam-Kadmon Race, the Christ Council, the Elemental Grace Alliance Council, Archangel Metatron, August 11, 2016. Greetings, dear one, I am Metatron, and I return today with Peter to continue this discourse that encompasses a clear understanding of the Adam-Kadmon. But more than that, I am going to share with you the direct environmental spheres to be able to attune and activate the DNA encodement of the Adam-Kadmon seed. And this, I tell you, is where the Narayana Joy Akasha sanctuaries will play an even greater part than discussed to date. I wish to share this with you, dear souls, not to add to your present confusion, but to offer you a wider perspective in touching the potential of the attainment and goals of what the Elemental Grace Alliance is all about. For without these deeper understandings and the expanded dynamics of this information, how can one expand their present perception closer to the truth and the universal realities around you? I'm not going into the depth of the explanation of what I'm about to share, for this will come later once the radiation centers are up and running. However, this statement does not mean that within the preparation now in process for the development and creation of the foundational pyramidal patterns of light that shall become the very structures for such centers are not important. The truth is, each evolutionary stage of any particular world has a series of pyramidal structures of light that act like dynamos and transformers for the radiation of centripetal life force to be radiated outward to other pyramidal structures of like nature and purpose, so that the grids can be built all around the entire evolutionary world or universe. This is now being proposed for the Elemental Grace Alliance for the purpose of moving into its next level of creation. To pass through the present levels of human consciousness, we need to move beyond this present third-dimensional state of awareness into the next level of multidimensional awareness and creational abilities. This makes sense, does it not? This is done through the creation of more powerful pyramids of love and light energetic force fields. So the new Narayana Joy Akasha sanctuaries are being offered these newly constructed pyramids of light, which shall be programmed through the great central sun, so that all those who work within them shall be able to be in constant communication with higher realms, evolutionary intelligences of all levels and dimensions. Remember, we spoke of the Adam-Kadmon, who shall not only work with those of this world, but will work in multiple ways with other worlds and universes, for they shall not be limited just to this world. More than this, for the cleaning up of this planet and the recalibration of the present disparities within humanity, not everything is a clear and simple act of benevolence, for it will take a great deal of understanding and higher awareness to make the right choice. And human consciousness, as it stands today, just does not have that awareness. So these direct links into higher intelligences shall be a must for this to be successful in the shortest period of time. What I am telling you here is that every one of these pyramids alone, with each new member of the Adam-Kadmon man and woman, will show that universal mind is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient in all of creation, and not just limited to a single world. It will demonstrate how, through the experiential use of it, just how fluid divine consciousness is in every level of dimensional flow. These pyramidal structures will do more than that. They will show just how pure consciousness is the principal constant within the Adam-Kadmon man and woman, just as it is with all higher beings of God intelligence and all of God's creations. As these pyramidal structures are developed into their greater capacities and are fully operational, and enough are set up around the world, they will become receiving stations or centers of all sorts of data and knowledge that will inform the directors and councils of such temples as to the state of all levels of consciousness and needs for each one. This shall include the complete range of life strata and dimensional fields, such as microorganisms, minerals, metals, all elements, ecosystems, biomes, geological and evolutionary information. They will replace and become the new pyramidal energy temples within this earth realm and universe that are presently streaming the state of the human consciousness and planet in all aspects of energy grids, both in balance and imbalance. The evolution of mankind is now at a place in time, ready to take on far greater responsibility in taking full control of an evolving universe themselves. And these new radiating centers shall be the turning point for this to happen. Once they are in place and operational, they shall make the existing pyramids around the world redundant, replacing them in all aspects of their previous designs. Therefore, before human consciousness and indeed intelligence can do this, they must first be initiated into these pyramidal radiation centers of light before they can advance to the next level of evolution, or what I call the next time cell upon planet Earth. These initiations will clearly demonstrate that humanity is a very dynamic partner in cooperation, co-participation, and co-creation with other star systems in this universe and beyond. Humanity, therefore, or at the very least, the members of the new Kadmon race, must soon be fully educated in the presence and activation of the Merkaba, which shall be one of the key factors in moving into these new realms of star seed creation. These vehicles of light shall make up a greater part of these new Narayana Joy Akasha sanctuaries, which shall be placed strategically around the world. These centers and pyramids of light shall all receive capstones of light that will be the activator for these fields of advanced consciousness. Just like the capstones of Jericho that you and your colleagues placed over the Great Pyramid of Giza, Peter, back in 2007. Can you now begin to understand why the original physical capstone over the Great Pyramid of Giza was never allowed to be placed in position? It was never placed there because even those advanced souls were not ready to hold the power that these shall bring to humanity. Mystery solved. The capstone of Jericho, as we called it, was placed in light as the prelude for greater things to come. This had to be in position back then for the planetary energies of light to increase incrementally until now, in frequency, before the new pyramidal light temples could be created and built. We won't say made manifest just yet, for first there must be an electromagnetic light pattern constructed and held in place with concentrations and focus by the Kadmon members of these new temples. Then and only then, once the patterns are consecrated by the powers of love and light from within, can they be made manifest by the devas and angelic host. Yes, the formula is the same for all creation. The desire to create, human in this case, the pattern of that desire, the elementals, and the filling in of the love substance to make it manifest, the devas and angelic hosts. These new capstones of light shall hold the power to be able, through the Kadmon, to evolve humanity through the cooperation, co-participation, and co-creation with the higher intelligence of the Mother's love and the Father's light. Each pyramid shall have its own light frequency, dependent upon the director and force field attractors and councils of each center, enveloped and shrouded by one of the pyramidal light structures. Through these vibrational light codes of the pyramid and capstones, the Kadmon will now be able to break down and dissolve old conscious and matter constructs, which is what the Elemental Grace Alliance is proposing. So you see, Peter, this is why you have not been able to do anything of any benefit just yet. The platforms or the rocks from which to build your temples are not yet in place, and so patient remains the guiding light for now. It is more important at this time to review all that you have experienced, been exposed to and informed about in the past regarding this work, and to then bring it all into this now moment for a more concentrated execution toward the greater goal. My aim in this part 2 has been to bring to your awareness the facts that present day, conscious and matter constructs of humanity are now well on their way to breaking down. They are in many ways automatically moving into the next level of evolution through the use of new geometrical light patterns that will support the new consciousness of the Kadmon race. You are entering a new time cell of awareness, a new cosmic flow of light particles that will wash away, bit by bit, the old framework of geometric light patterns that previously supported the old human consciousness. As these old grids fade and dissolve, as they continue to be washed away, those highly charged photon particles, new information and new technologies will begin to surface. Old patterns of belief and programming will decay and fall away with them, and the electrons of light shall become cleaner and more stable. Peter and dear disciples of the new golden age, the search has begun for the new luminaries that will lead and teach the masses. But first, these new pyramidal light centers must come into creation. First one, then others will be able to follow in close succession. As I come to the close of this part 2, I wish to finish on this note of clarity. The evolution of mankind, of the human body of creation, into the realms of higher intelligence, must command a greater awareness and deeper understanding of the processes involved. They must recognize that they cannot do this alone, and need all the help they can get by garnering and drawing into themselves as many of the higher intelligences as they can, in close communication. As the Elemental Grace Alliance states on many occasions, this is not an evolution of individuals anymore. It is not a journey of individuality, for the personality cannot exist within the next time cell. Only the impersonality of the life in the universal expression of God can go forward. It is the only way that humanity can evolve beyond this point. Therefore, to this end, the physical bodies of mankind must be initiated into the realms of light. And if you are intending to become a new disciple within the new Narayana, Joy Akasha sanctuaries, then such requirements have and continue to be placed before you for your own impersonal love in action choices. The initiations and attunements into the realm of higher light frequencies are the only way one can fully embody the overlighting body of the light of the I Am Presence. Once man and woman have gone beyond their physiological limitation of self, and the desires are only to serve humanity for the greatest good, and all concerned for the co-creation with God, then and only then can he and she be gifted with the new garment of Shaddai, the garment of the new Adam Kadmon. Once again, dear souls, I have brought to the table a great deal of information, and so I shall step back again and shall ask Peter to reconvene at his next opportunity, and we can follow on with discourse as part 3. I have not touched upon any of the complexities regarding these matters raised, for this is not the place of time, but it will, I am sure, help to open the minds and hearts of the souls now ready to take the next leap of faith into these unknown territories of the human mind and planetary evolutionary process. I am Metatron, and I await your call, Peter, for the next communication opportunity.